Welcome to Hooked on Wooden Boats, podcast episode number 210. I'm your host, Dan Matson, aka Wooden Boat Dan. If you can't do it, nobody can. Although there's been a lot of unsuccessful attempts. And this is the world's first podcast, first and only, dedicated fully to wooden boats and the love and romance and all that fun stuff that goes with wooden boats around the world. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. Good to have you with me. Today's featured interview is a recording I did with Beth Kennedy at the 2017 Port Townsend Wooden Boat Festival in Port Townsend, Washington. Beth is a SCAMP lover. She built her SCAMP at camp number 3. She did a SCAMP camp at her house in Port Townsend last year. She talks about her journey with wooden boats and how her late husband was involved in that. And it's a very good story, so I would encourage you to stick around for that. I've been back from the 2018 Wooden Boat Festival for a little bit over a week now. I've been working on my SCAMP again. I'm attempting to mount the centerboard in the trunk, so then I can hook up the rigging and have all that kind of set up and then take it all out and then paint the boat. And then after that, it'll be ready to reinstall. I'm running into some technical problems. The centerboard pin goes through the wall of the water ballast tank, and then it goes into the centerboard into a 1/2-inch inside diameter copper tubing, and then it goes through the seat longitudinal board, and there's a copper tubing in there. So when I put the pin in without the centerboard, it fits nicely, but I went and dropped the centerboard in and tried to push the pin through and it wouldn't go through, so I took the centerboard out, put the pin just in the centerboard and took out a square, and it's like, uh-oh, this didn't work out too good. So somehow I drilled that hole crooked through the centerboard itself so that it will not line up with the pin and the both sides of the encapsulated copper tubing. It's not copper, it's bronze. So what I did is I took a hole saw bit and I drilled out a piece about 1 inch wide around the copper tubing in my centerboard where the pin pivots, and I filled it with epoxy and I re-drilled it, and it fits now, but it's a little bit tight, so I've got to do a little bit of filing and kind of fine-tuning. So that's what I'm working on. So I am making progress, folks. The weather is starting to cool off here in Stanwood, Washington, and it's starting to be fall, which is a good time to work on the boat. The days are shorter. I'm inside more. It's cool, so I can throw my coveralls, go in the shop, and work. And the shop is my 2-car garage. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm going to get the boat done this year, have her in the water next year. I promise, sort of. No, I do. I think it's feasible. Last year it probably wasn't feasible. Didn't help that I cut my finger really bad with my table saw early in the year. But anyway, going to get her done this year. So we are going to move on to the interview with Beth Kennedy. Take it away, Beth. Okay, September 10th, 2017. I'm sitting with Beth Kennedy at the I already said 2017 Port Townsend Wooden Boat Festival. Welcome to the podcast, Beth.
Good morning.
Yeah, beautiful day here. It's sunny. We had kind of a little bit of rain the last couple of days and kind of cool, but today's kind of what the doctor ordered, so that's pretty cool. So I met Beth yesterday or Friday. She's working with Howard Rice here at the festival, showing his boat, SCAMP Southern Cross. So Beth, tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got into boating and all that kind of stuff.
Well, some of the way I got into boating, my husband and I had lived in Montana for the last 26 years, and I did programs with kids and sixth graders. And one of the programs, I'm retired Forest Service.
Oh.
And one of the programs is all the sixth graders came out to an old tree nursery for a week of outdoor education. And there happens to be a little series of irrigation ponds there, and they were interested in building boats. Well, it's an area that doesn't have a lot of money, and school system doesn't have a lot of money. So we started looking at building full-size usable boats out of cardboard.
Really?
And so we started with the cardboard boats, which cardboard, duct tape, zip ties, wrap them in plastic, and generally they would last for most of that week. And then later we moved up to a very, very simple little wooden boat. And it was always such a hoot to watch these kids looking at this pile of cardboard going, no way, this is not going to happen. And then in very short order, they had a boat, and then they get out in the water, and there's the whole white knuckle thing. And then about 20 minutes later, they're racing. So
what age were the kids?
They were sixth graders.
Sixth graders, okay. Yeah.
So
what kind of boats were you building? Were the cardboard boats just kind of barges, type of thing, kind of square?
Little bargey. I mean, but we had a decent bow on them, and they were folded in, so you actually had triangular sides for stability. Mm-hmm. So massive stealing of designs off of the internet and cobbling them together.
Yeah.
And the later version of the little wooden boats were much more bargey, but they lasted from year to year. Mm-hmm. And in figuring out how to do that with the kids, I also started doing like a very simple P-row, a little flat bottom reel boat. Mm-hmm. And then my husband's like, I bet we could put a sail on this. And joined the
on the P-row?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
P-row's a little like kind of a three-piece boat, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Vaguely related to the 6-hour canoe.
Oh, right, yeah.
And found a plan for a sail rig, and became part of the Western Montana TARP sailing contingent. So the first sail, yes, was a Walmart TARP. Ours was not blue. I found a brown one.
Okay.
And so from that, we had been coming to the Wooden Boat Show. And so, I don't know, it was 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Here in Port Townsend?
Yeah, here in Port Townsend.
Yeah.
So Howard was out here turning the SCAMP over.
Okay,
and riding it and turning it over.
Yeah.
And so we were looking for a real boat to build. And we're just...
You and your husband
My
were?
husband and I were.
Yeah.
And just were totally enamored with that for the kind of thing we were looking for.
Was that 2011 or 2012, maybe?
Can't
There.
remember.
I know.
Yeah. And we signed up for the next SCAMP camp, which I think was number 3.
Okay.
Here at the Maritime Center.
Oh.
And got the SCAMP started here, and then we got it together pretty much in about a year, but then we came back the next year with our SCAMP somewhat
to
complete.
Port Townsend?
Yeah. And Howard was teaching here, and he helped us with some of the next steps.
Oh, really?
Yes.
While he was doing a SCAMP camp?
Yes.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. So, we got her launched in Montana in the fall.
Of what year?
I'm going to have a terrible time. I'm awful at years.
Like a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would have been like
2015.
4 years ago.
4 years ago, 2013.
Yeah. Yes, 2013. And
So did you launch her out here?
No.
Okay.
Flathead Lake in Montana.
Okay.
And then did numerous small lakes in western Montana. And it's Montana until things froze over. And when we came out here, initially, my husband had gotten cancer. And the SCAMP project was something he really wanted to do as sort of his final act. And it was a great thing because on good days, he could work in the shop. Days not so good, there were small things he could do in the house for smaller parts.
Was that here in Port Townsend?
No,
you were still in Montana.
We were still in Montana,
Yeah.
in western Montana.
Yeah.
And so he fought the cancer over about a 4-year period, and then ended up in hospice and knew he didn't have very long left, and he wanted to launch her here. As he said, in the Pacific Ocean, because she was started here, and we'd only lake sailed her, and we brought her out here and launched her, and this is where he left the earth. So, so yeah.
Okay. What's your SCAMP? The name of your SCAMP?
She kind of has a couple of names.
Okay.
Navananda.
Navananda.
So that's Hindu, basically for boat of joy, or happy boat. Nava boat, Nanda, joy. And also people just call her Rainbow because she is I'll show you a picture. She
Okay.
is the stripy scamp.
Oh.
And so she also just gets called Rainbow, or also Rainbow's End, because she looks like the little end of
Oh, okay.
a rainbow.
Yeah, yeah. So then you moved out here after that, or?
I retired in October, and
October of last year?
of last year,
Oh, wow.
and moved out here this spring.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Wow.
So, and my husband were looking to move to this area after I retired.
Yeah.
And we're actually looking for a piece of property with a shop on it, deal with the house later.
Yeah.
Found a piece of property with the gigantic shop on it, no house.
Really?
So, I am presently living in a travel trailer
Oh, really?
next to my shop.
Yeah.
And then this year for SCAMP Camp, Howard at one point only had one student. And with one student, he can't afford to rent the Maritime Center here.
Yeah, right.
And he knew I had this big, basically empty shop. And he'd seen it, and actually he'd done a little bit of rigging of Northern Cross last year
At your
in my
shop.
shop.
Oh, okay.
Just because it was a big available space.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, can we do the SCAMP camp there? Sure. A lot more primitive than here.
Yeah.
I mean, not like
Yeah.
there's a coffee shop next door or anything.
Yeah, right.
And
Heated and good light and all that?
not heated.
Not heated.
Good light.
Yeah.
A lot of natural light. Yes, we had to bring in the porta-john.
Oh, okay.
And so, yes, over the past 3 to 4 weeks, 3 new baby scamps are being birthed.
Really?
So, Mike, who lives in Oregon, he had to get back, so that one's out of my shop now. But the 2 other one are local folks, and since they're not in a big hurry, to get them out and get somewhere, they're hanging in my shop till next week, and Howard's finishing up some of the more tricky items to do by yourself, working with them.
Oh, really?
So, like getting the gunnels on,
Oh.
which it's so much nicer to have 4 pairs of hands and to do that as opposed to doing the one clamp thing by yourself.
Right.
So
he'll be helping there for a few days?
Yes. Yeah.
So you helped out during the camp too, probably?
Oh, yeah. And I have come back a couple of times when Howard's teaching, because when you have a single individual working on a SCAMP, if there's another person there just to help, it speeds up the process so much.
Right.
So I don't know if you met Kate Cox Ebert. She's another woman here talking about SCAMP and stuff.
Meet her, yeah.
Yes. So she's come and helped. So there's other people around.
And Simeon came and helped too.
Oh yeah. And Simeon, he's from the very early areas.
Camp number 1.
Camp number 1.
Yeah.
I'm camp number 3. Melissa will be back probably today. I think she was camp 5 maybe. So because we had the advantage of having another person help us, and anytime you're around Howard, you're going to learn something. So it's kind of sucking up for free school.
Yeah.
And so I mean it's a hoot.
Yeah. So do you get out on your SCAMP out here in Port Townsend, son, Beth?
Not yet, because the SCAMP camp is going on, and mine's an earlier version. There are quite a few modifications.
Yeah.
And so what I did when I knew Howard was coming out, is I stripped down my SCAMP. I just, de-rigged her and did some things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm doing other things on her, so I may get her back out later this year, but this is sort of a refitting.
Yeah. So are you, I think we talked earlier, you're going to open up your access hatches in your...
Yeah, there were...
stuff like that, or...
Yeah, we knew we had a limited period of time, and wanted to get the SCAMP out on the water, so there was quite a few things that are not horrendously necessary.
Yeah.
You can always put a hatch or a little inspection port in later, so I'm going to do some of that. There's some reinforcing in a transom area, just some other places for filleting.
Reinforcing the transom for a little outward of some sort?
Well, actually, yes.
Yeah.
That's one part of it. So that's why I need the access to actually get my hands down in there
and
to
the seat
put
top?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Are you putting it on a port side?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's where I've seen most of them.
Yes. And there's kind of a sweet spot for it. And those are the kind of things that it's so great having Howard around, because he goes over there and he points and says, put it right there. So you don't have to do a lot of calculations on your own. He's like, here, make it this shape and put it right there.
Yeah.
So get the outboard on, and there's just smaller things with the way some of the bulkheads are cut, and that just make it more user-friendly.
Yeah, cool. So you're out here helping Howard show his boat, Southern Cross. He just finished a voyage. It was pretty amazing.
Yes.
Near-death experience, from what I understand.
Pretty much.
You want to give us a quick overview of that, or talk about his boat for a few minutes? We got about 5 minutes here.
Okay. So Southern Cross is a SCAMP. She has a standard SCAMP hull, but because he took her into the Straits of Magellan, where there are extreme seas and extreme high winds, he did quite a few modifications on her to deal with that, and also to allow him to manage all his sail area with having to move from his sitting or hiked out position. So the SCAMP normally just has a single mast and a balance lug rig. So he took that same 100 square foot sail area, working with John Welsford, the designer, broke it into 3 pieces. So that if he needed to get rid of sail area quickly or increase sail area quickly, he had many more options than the one single large sail.
So he took 100 square feet and divided it into 3 pieces.
3 pieces of different sizes.
I see. Okay.
And so that allowed him in those strong winds to have smaller sail area, which was all he needed at the time. And then the other thing that looks very complex is that he has all the lines so he can reach and manage everything from that one point, even if he's hiked out. And
from both sides of the boat.
From both sides of the boat with interesting little cleats so that he can bring everything across if he needs to. And all of the lines were color-coded and size-coded and all of that. So, he went in an area of some pretty tough sailing with that boat. He did have an experience with some cyclonic winds while she was at anchor. He physically got blown away from his boat, made it to shore, survived, having been in that cold water. Chilean Navy ship happened to be in the neighborhood, and he got a ride. Southern Cross was on her side at anchor for a while, probably a little over a week, while he was recovering. And he hired a couple of fishermen in their fishing boat, and they rescued her. So he did have to make some decisions to cut lines. So there's 2 of his anchors are still right there, and crated her up in Chile. And we got her out of the crate 5 days ago.
Oh, really?
So
she was shipped right here?
She was shipped to Seattle.
Oh, to Seattle. Yeah.
To Seattle, and so she's pretty much like she came out of the Southern Ocean.
Yeah.
So all he did was a little bit of cleanup to get some of the worst mold off on the inside, and there she is.
She's in pretty good shape, though.
She is in darn good shape.
Structurally, she's still very sound.
The only thing was one cleat got popped out as they were trying to bring Southern Cross on board of the fishing boat.
Oh, right.
And Howard said, one of the fishermen had looped around the cleat, and Howard goes, "No," and it went spring.
Yeah,
so,
he showed me that part.
Yes. So, yes, and his plastic map case is still taped over that hole, and he's got the cleat sitting there on a bucket. So when this is over, she'll go into my shop, and he'll...
Oh, okay, he'll work on her there?
He'll work on her there and really figure out what he's got left, because he lost some stuff, but in the speed of trying to get her here, he hadn't taken a really good inventory. So, and even when we brought her here and we're trying to figure out, trying to get her at least mostly rigged, he's realizing what halyards are gone. And
oh, really?
And yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
There's a little piece of red line with a bitter end, and a true, honest bitter end hanging off of it, because that was one of his anchor lines.
Oh.
So if you know where to look, you can see that little piece, and there was a decision in the Southern Ocean right there to cut that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's very raw still from...
Yeah, so he's going to fix her up and do some more adventures with her.
Yes,
yeah.
So the cool thing, when he was out in the Strait of Magellan, he was doing live streaming with elementary school classes and doing lessons and teaching activities. And he is hoping to, in an interesting way, continue this voyage to circumnavigate the globe one area at a time. So hopefully the next portion is she's got her own shipping crate, goes in a shipping container, to go to Micronesia. He lived there for many years and taught at a university.
Yeah.
So Micronesia, Japan, and New Zealand.
Wow.
And have educational activities at each of those locations. He's got a website.
Yeah, what's a website, Beth? Let's give it so listeners can... We don't know it, so we'll come back with that.
Yes, come back with that, because I'm facing the wrong way to read it this far away.
Okay.
And hopefully with some additional financial support, they will be able to offer this it free to classrooms.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
So that the teachers can log in and the activities will be taped because they're going to be going to who knows how many time zones. So there'll be certain classes that can watch live. And, I mean, they were asking Howard things.
While he was out sailing?
While he was out sailing.
Really?
And
so did they do that with a sat phone or something?
Yes,
or what?
yes, and in a bank of GoPro cameras. You need to talk to the more technical folks about how that works.
Oh, here's a website. I found it on my phone. voysc.com.
Yes. So Voyage of Southern Cross.
Yeah, voysc.com. Okay. And is there a film coming out about his last adventure?
Yes, it is in the works. At the end of this month, we'll know more about the timeline that it's on.
Okay.
But yeah.
How will that get published, or how will that be available?
And that's
on his website, or
that's all things that are going to become more be more clear at the end of the month.
He had GoPro cameras on his boat, several of those.
Yes.
Sounds like 4 or 6 or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so part of that is a lot of it was hours and hours of film. So that is all actually still being processed. And
is that done by Dave Nichols?
I believe it's Dave Nichols.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, the end of the month we'll know more how that's being sorted out.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for being on the podcast today,
sure.
Beth. This has been fun. I love talking about scamps as you do.
Yes.
It's all fun stuff. So I wish you the best and enjoy this beautiful day.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Beth.
All right.
Beth, thanks for doing the podcast. Hope you've got your boat done by now and you're getting out on the water and you're getting settled into Port Townsend. And if you're listening to this podcast and you want to connect with me, you can email me at woodenboatdan@gmail.com. You can call me at 425-319-7800. You could write me a letter, but that's probably not likely. And if you enjoy the podcast, I would appreciate it if you'd make your Amazon purchases by going through my link first. And I get paid a small commission, which helps pay for the cost of the podcast. And that link is hookedonwoodenboats.com/Amazon. So thanks for tuning in, folks. If you're not in the wooden boat game, it's time to get in, get a book, go to a festival, buy some wood, get on a wooden boat, have some fun. It's really cool stuff. And let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear from you. That's it for this week's podcast. Tune in for the next episode 211, which is going to be another exciting episode. Anyway, Wooden Boat Dan, over and out. God bless. Have a great week. Keep the bright side up and the barnacled side down. Bye-bye.